I've done ISOs, I reckon, almost every day for like almost 2 years, I reckon. Yippee, Rebecca, yippee. We've had to confess to that. I've done them that many times, but I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Have you played around with Alex and Tara's run-specific
A little
isometrics?
bit. I do, yeah. So I've done a lot of like that, like the bench holds.
Yep, nice
started doing like switches and stuff.
Yeah.
They're quite fun. I do enjoy them.
What people kind of miss was that the key component of it first was the eccentric loading phase, right? And he was always
I love eccentric hamstring sliders.
Yeah, no, but actually in that position, so like you'd overload it. So you essentially get 2 really bench pull benches, so they're really high off the ground.
Yep.
Set up in that bridge position. Have like you can have someone put weights on it, or you can have like a dip belt and have the weights in, and then just overload it so you can't even hold that position. Just eccentrically load.
Yeah,
because there's no point in doing isometrics if you're not essentially strong.
No, 100%. 100%.
Or even consensually strong as well.
His calf stuff as well was good fun. I remember when I was having issues with my calf, I actually tagged him in a story and he actually replied. And
he's good.
He was really good and he actually helped me a lot. And I was like, what should I actually be getting to and stuff like that? And I was like, oh, thanks, mate. Like, he doesn't know me from a bar of soap, but that was cool that he actually replied.
He was one of the first coaches to kind of get me to think outside of
the stuff he does is a bit different. Obviously, he's not at the Giants anymore, which is a bit of a shame for him, but he'd be cool. If he ever wants to come over to Perth, I reckon there'd be a lot of people that would tap into his brain.
I like the single leg loading one, the squat. The single leg that takes over like 1.5. I can't remember the actual the ratio, something but this once you go from double leg to single leg, you're actually taking more than 50%. I think it's around 80% of your load.
Yep.
Across that leg. So then you can
which is what we're doing running, right? So why you need to do single leg exercises.
Yeah. Well, even why you need to make sure you get strong. Like you can actually load. You can take out, say for example, you can take squatting out or any double leg movement out. You can load up your single leg squats, like single leg squats. So you can do like
split squat,
box step ups or stuff like that. And lowers. You can load it and you can work out, well, if they're doing it this load, that's actually correlating to that back squat. Or if you're doing this back squat, then you should be able to do this way, single leg squat. If you're not, then there's a differential.
There's something going wrong here. Yeah. 100% agree. I think anyone that doesn't think single leg stuff is worth doing, I'm like, do you play sport?
Yeah.
What do you do running? That's single leg.
Well, he's done 2 podcasts on the Pace Performance podcast.
Oh, they're a good one. I like Pace Performance,
He has done 2, and the first one he talked about his isometric stuff. That's when he was over in Qatar, I think, still.
Yeah.
And then when he did the second one, he was at the Giants, and he was going over how kind of it integrated into footy, into the GWS.
Yeah, it seems. I mean, they still had a few hamstring issues, which I don't think that's to him per se to blame, but probably what got him kicked out the door, I suppose, because they're obviously so outcome driven in the AFL. But very interesting, and would have been cool if he could have kept going with that. Would have been good to see where it went.
When I went up to GWS for a week, and that was a couple of years ago. But the one kind of person who stood out for me was Dylan Shill, and it's how he's like he's.
Have you seen that video of his Nordics where he goes all the way down and comes all the way back up, and you're like, oh.
I've seen a few of those.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. I don't mind a razor curl; they're pretty good too.
It actually worries me. The guys who can do that worry me more because they're the ones who are going to get injured because they're too strong. They're too strong. Well, there's so much force going.
Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'm too strong. That's why I keep getting injured.
What